Air signs, hey, it's finally our turn. It's a quiet day. Oh, I'm already getting it. And I've been intuitively channeling instead of focusing heavily on cards. And I kind of like it. Oh, hi, birds. So I'm just going to get right into it instead of explaining. You can look at other ones for explanations. What I'm observing and what I'm seeing is us, the I, you and me and all your signs, standing humbly in front of other people, asking to be accepted, wanting to feel home, respected, taken seriously, loved. Because as often as we can observe the love and good in other people, sometimes we really just want others to do the same thing for us. And it's funny how, I know in other science, if you look at water science, they seem to just do that, where they mirror each other, or they mimic, or they take on the characteristics of others. So if one person is seeing lovingly, that maybe that they see other lovingly. And it's hard because we're feeling a little spiritually isolated. We're feeling that no one really quite understands us, or that we just can't fully connect with people. And it's frustrating. Because even people you do connect with on a spiritual level, maybe we're not connecting enough on other levels. And it's like we really just want everyone, like not in a rude way, but just, why aren't you aware? Why aren't you spiritual? Why aren't you conscious? It's like getting frustrated with everyone being asleep, but being so worn out that no one's eyes are looking at you. And it's not that you need attention or validation, it's just upsetting and lonely. Because it's like you're the only one who can see what's really going on. And everyone else just lives in a dream. And then the world and the spirits seem so much more simple when you're awake. And the dreams are so much more chaotic and emotional. But still they sleep, and still they need to be sleeping. Still, we can't forcibly wake them up. So it's like we're guardian, it's like we're that voice of someone who's awake, and the words that they speak make their way into your dream. If you've ever had that. People talking while you're sleeping, and then it's like those words become a part of your dream when it starts to not make sense, or it starts to make sense, or maybe it doesn't make sense, but because dream logic, it makes total sense. That's kind of the hopeful message I'm getting, is that even though people who don't necessarily automatically get everything that you're saying, that comes from a really deep and loving place of great, wise understanding and truth, they're going to get what they need from it. So trust and know divinely that what you're doing and what you're saying is being heard. And though you may never get what you're seeking from them, you can know that you are loved. You can know that the work that you're doing is valuable and important and effective. You can know that you're cherished. And even now I can feel that each word that I'm saying is kind of making us feel worse. It's kind of like, how do we know? How do I know? How do I feel it? Because that's what I want. I want to feel it. I want to experience it. I want to live it. And I'm not. Did you just hear "but you will" in your head too? You don't realize the seeds you're planting. You don't realize the gold that's coming to you. The good that is on its way. And this isn't just about patience, because we know that you're upset and we know that it's frustrating. This isn't a lesson that you need to learn. It kind of just is. And that's okay. Because when you let go of that belief that you're doing something wrong, or that you need to learn something in order to get what you want, or what you've been waiting for, that just holds you down. That's unnecessary. It's not needed at all. When you can just start practicing observance of what is and being okay with what is, you'll notice a big difference in yourself. Yeah. Being okay with what is. And not constantly feeling the need to change. And not constantly feeling the need to be different, or to do something different, or to reach an end, or to get somewhere, or to get a reaction from either the universe or from other people. You don't need to do anything to make the universe do anything for you, nor do you need to do anything to get other people to love and respect you. Love and respect yourself. Because ultimately, that's where it matters most. That you have your love. That you have your respect. That you're your own source, instead of needing from other people. Especially if you've been looking for a relationship. Maybe, just maybe, we're tying out the loose ends of perfecting your independence and absolving your codependence before those creations happen, or before the next steps happen. So be mindful and observe the blessings that are coming your way, because in every painful day that you think you have, there were things that worked. There were good things. That's a matter of perspective. And perhaps you've been sad because you've been looking at it and just focusing on one particular aspect, or waiting for one particular outcome, instead of just being joyous in this moment. Instead of just seeing what is. You are honored and you are home. So please stop thinking that people disrespect you just because you're not aware of their thoughts about you. Doesn't mean the good ones don't exist. And just because you feel that you don't belong doesn't mean that's true. Doesn't mean that you're not exactly where you need to be. Doesn't mean that you can't feel at home, because home is a feeling, not some ideal thing that we have to fight for to create. Home is where the heart is. But have you been living in your heart recently? Or have you been living from the head, from the fear, from the ego? Whatever. Be open to believing that you are loved. Because it's you who's not seeing it. Sometimes love, or whatever it is that you think you're looking for, is there all along. Maybe we're expecting someone to come out and say it, but it's not that they say, it's what they do. It's that they bring you something. It's that they ask you how your day was with sincere concern that maybe you weren't even aware energetically of, like, whoa, you're really wanting to know. You don't just want, like, yeah, it was fun. It's just like, it matters to you. So we're bringing to our awareness what we've been aware of, what we've been conscious of, and what we can be conscious of. Because it's all about to change. It's always changing. And we're always looking for things to stay the same so we can feel at home or we can feel loved. It's like we're looking for a community, a place where that we're loved, that we belong, and that we can just stay there and not grow and not evolve and not do anything different, but just, constantly chasing after that one thing, that one experience that might not even exist. And if it did, like, that's an end. We don't want ends. So maybe it's good the universe keeps us on our toes. My battery got full, sorry about that. I actually can't remember where I left off, but I was observing the videos a little bit, knowing what I could cut and what I can let go of, or what I should keep and what I should let go of. But I guess there's one blog that's a little emotional that I probably should post, but whatever. Well, this is cool. I have the cards in my hand that I didn't get to address yet. And hopefully you can still hold on to every message that I was just talking about, because I forget it. Something about honoring and loving ourselves before we move forward to needing it from anyone else. Because we don't. We want to be our own source. That way we can help other people be their own sources, and then bask in each other's awesomeness and just whatever. So, I have two really good cards here that I want to talk about. The first is right, which is just talking to me not about writing right now, but black and white, right and wrong, and writing as in defining things, writing as in defining our experience, defining how things are supposed to be, or the rules of the universe, and just whatever. Or really just focusing on limiting thoughts, which are necessary. They're the divine masculine energy of limitations, to cut off the endless expanse of the female energies, whatever. So yeah, it's necessary, but I don't even see it as us being too logical or being too limiting. Write a new story. We're being asked to be a little bit more expansive. Let's not focus on us being too limited. Let's really just say, no, everything's fine. And that's not judgment in any way, because there never is judgment. Give yourself permission to be expansive, to redefine for yourself how things are supposed to be and how things can be. And if things can be as they are, that's even better. If we can get better with just being, and being happy because we're being, and because we are. Not because we are rich, or not because we are famous, or not because we are loved, but that we just we are. And we are ourselves, and that's cool and beautiful. I really do want to bring this up because it really bothers me that it keeps happening, that we keep being talked about it, and I know a lot of us are still waiting for it to happen, and I even just see Prince romance or something, because there's Prince of Summer, romantic, captivating, dramatic, flirtatious, exactly what I'm getting, and exactly falling in love suddenly, being swept off your feet, the need to stay grounded during a very emotional experience. And I know for me, a lot of us are apprehensive about love coming in. Because as much as it might be something that we want or don't want on some level, there's also part of us that's just like, no, I don't want to go through that again, or I don't want the negative stuff, or I don't want to feel not myself, or I don't want to feel that I'm people-pleasing. Well, hey, maybe that's a good reason why we had that image of us just standing there in front of people asking to be seen and loved, and then realizing that's not what we want. We want to be free from the need of other people feeling us and making us feel happy. Their love should not be our love for ourselves. We need our own love for ourselves. And we need, here's a big call to action, to be lovingly acting and loving ourselves. We need to love ourselves, not just a state of mind, but doing things for ourselves. Doing things for us, doing things for our happiness. Being our own boyfriends and girlfriends and lovers and dating ourselves. I think I said that last week too, but just really love actively yourself. Like, be loving, be kind to yourself. Go out of your way for yourself, because you've been doing it for other people for far too long. Which is good. It's good that you're making nice things. I'm not telling you to just keep doing that or not keep doing that. That's your choice. If it makes you happy, go right ahead. But just know there's no guarantee that people will be grateful, or that people will thank you, or that people will do the same hard work that you do in return. You gotta be your best friend. You have to be your lover. You have to be your own source. You have to be whole. And you are, and you're fully capable of feeling whole again. You need to feel free from needing anything from other people. And yes, there is interdependence. Yes, we will always need each other to survive, but it's more so the intrinsic value of ourselves. We don't need other people to make us feel anything, because those feelings come from within us. They stem from the love that is us. Other people can inspire it, but they're never really the source. We're just begging for experience. We're just begging for something to spark something that's already in us that we can totally just ignite. And it's weird. It's weird to think that way. It's weird to shift into a place where we could do that. But that's kind of, what I want to talk about too. Or I think a lot of the work that I want to be doing, at least, is letting go of the drama of the supernatural and of the spiritual work, and making it understandable. And maybe that's just me, because as we said, we feel that people just don't get what we're saying. Like they're just a big communication issue where it's just no matter what we say. Again, I'm being reminded and told that they get what they need. But I'm also being reminded to remember that we need to give to us what we need. Because we're in different places with those people that we have these issues with. They may need a little spark of hope from us. We, on the other hand, are being asked to be self-resilient, self-reliant, independent. And that doesn't mean that we can't interact with other people or be more social. That's one of those loving things that we can do for ourselves. It's just our core, our identity, our experience, those paradigms of our existence and of ourselves. We can shift that a little bit, okay? You're loved, you're beautiful, you know everything's gonna be okay, as always. You're stronger and wiser than you can ever know. Ever imagine. And good things are coming. But you don't need someone to tell you that. You need to just know and believe that. Believe it so you can see it. Shift the rules, the belief rules, energy paradigms, whatever we want to call it. Change those, which are totally changeable. They define our experience. And then we can have a new experience. Okay? I love you guys. Thank you for joining me on the process of learning to not only navigate my energetic and spiritual experiences, but learning to better articulate them, because I do want to make them very clear. And I am being conscious of dogmatic fallacies of New Age spirituality, where it's just following the same path of other religions. We're creating a language to explain something inexplainable. But over time, that language becomes limited, factual, written in stone, and it no longer becomes what it was meant to convey. The understanding is no longer there because it's never about the words. It's never about the book or the cards. It's about the internal experience, the internal knowing and understanding, the spiritual context, the personal context to what's being said. These things can't be written in a book. They need to be lived and experienced. So thank you for joining me, and hopefully we shared an experience together. Love you guys. You're beautiful. Namaste. Bye.